Would you rather be sticky all the time or itchy all the time?
Sticky.
I'm already sticky all the time.
Sticky.
So.
100% sticky. There's nothing worse than having a fucking itch you can't get clear of.
All right. Would you rather a good hand job from your grandmother or a bad hand job from your grandmother?
Well, that's an obvious choice.
Welcome to your last podcast, the last podcast in the game, but the first you should listen to. I'm your host, Colton Simpson. And with me this week, joining me all the way down at the other end of the table, it's Mr. Listen himself, Josh Vey.
What are you at?
And to my left, it's our resident audiophile, William Ham Clark.
Hi.
And last but certainly not least, always in my corner, we have the amazing Grace Tatigian.
Hello.
So what is your last podcast? We're a conversational podcast where every week each of us brings a topic of conversation to argue amongst ourselves and talk it out for your amusement. If you like that, be sure to subscribe to the podcast feeds to never miss a new episode. And if you're watching on YouTube, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're feeling generous, I have a couple of bucks to toss our way. You can always head on over to patreon.com/yourlastpodcast and help support the show. So with all that out of the way, Grace, you're kicking things off this week. What's your topic?
All right. So this was a topic that I was thinking of last week, but I thought it might make the episode too Game of Thrones heavy, depending on your answers. It was, what fictional death devastated you the most? Now, goodness knows there's one or two deaths in Game of Thrones, so I thought that one of them might have been someone's pick. Also didn't know who was going to die in the last episode. I don't watch it, but I've always been hoping Daenerys would be eaten by her dragons. It didn't happen. So I didn't want any spoilers.
That's why everyone's so upset with the ending.
That's why I'm upset with the ending, everything I know about Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So what fictional death devastated you most, Josh? I'm going to throw it off to you. You're grinning.
Well, it got nothing to do with Game of Thrones, I can tell you that. I mean, there's so many that have got me upset before, but one in particular, do you want like one that's kind of a lame one or one that's kind of like a devastating one?
Oh, tell us both.
The tearjerker one. Okay. So the tearjerker one, to be totally honest, I think this might be the only death that I can recently remember. Like, I could probably watch this and still shed a tear, would be in that movie Up, when the old man's missus passes away in the first 5-10 minutes of the movie.
Men lose their minds over that.
Well, when she finds out that she can't have youngsters, that sort of sets the tone. Then she gets cancer, and then she passes away, right? And it's very like, holy shit. And the way the music is going, winding right down, right? It's very emotive. But the other one that I can also remember is like, I remember when Data dies at the end of Star Trek Nemesis.
Oh, that is heartbreaking.
Which is,
yes.
A garbage movie for the most part. But when Data dies and he says goodbye, I mean, 12-year-old me almost cleaved in two. I mean, I was so devastated. Like, here's my favorite character of all time in this show, right? Like, right up there with the captain. And he passes away, and he's gone. And then they bring him back in kind of a shitty way, which was even more devastating.
He gets a heroic death, though, right?
He does, yeah. He sacrifices himself to blow up the scimitar and save Earth, right? But, so those are two. And two other ones that I also think deserve honorable mentions would be Littlefoot's mother dying in The Land Before Time.
Oh, yeah. That's devastating.
That's sad. Got the rain going and everything, and the thunder and lightning and all that stuff. And then, of course, Mufasa.
Oh, that is a good one too.
And as a kid, Mufasa like always gutted me. And when I was thinking about this, I did initially go back to just childhood, thinking about those movies that always made me cry. But I'd be lying if I chose anything else but a Game of Thrones choice, which is The Red Wedding. I read the books beforehand, right? And I remember like when I was leading up to this point, I was kind of getting burnt out on the books a little bit. And I think something bad happens before The Red Wedding. I can't remember what it is, but I was getting burnt out on the books, and I went in, I read, and when you read, of course, that, Catelyn Stark dies, Robb dies, Grey Wind dies, all this shit that happens in the book. I remember, like, I threw the book across the room, and I didn't read it for, like, a week. Like, I was done. I was checked out. I was like, no, I'm not reading this book anymore. And then I think what George R. R. Martin does is very clever. I think the very next chapter is Joffrey's wedding. So, of course, you get, like, your comeuppance right away, basically. You get to see Joffrey's death as well. And then, of course, I was hooked back in. I actually think that's probably one of the few sequences that, maybe not one of the few sequences, but definitely like one of the sequences that the show does better, because they even give that moment between Robb and Talisa where they name like their unborn child. So they name it Ned. And then of course that's the second Ned that dies in the show that's like not in the books. So yeah, it was the red wedding for me, and I just love when the Rains of Castamere comes on and the whole like mood of the wedding changes, and Catelyn Stark like screaming with grief at the end. Like I remember how well like all the book readers did keeping that a secret. Like most people didn't know that was happening, and when we watched that with like a full room, I remember like people were devastated after the.
Well,
red
in
wedding.
terms of Game of Thrones, the one that gutted me, if I had to pick a Game of Thrones moment, was poor old fucking Hodor trying to hold that door, man. That beautiful fucker, and he got ripped apart by the zombies. What a sin! Oh, it was so bad. Like I was almost in tears watching that. It was an excellent death.
It was a really good sequence too, with the whole like going back, and that's how he got his name.
Yes, how he has his seizures and all that stuff.
Yeah, that was a really good reveal.
What do you got there, Skipper? What are you thinking?
Me?
Yeah.
So my one is a childhood one that really hit me when I was about 5. So Terminator 2 is one of my favorite movies of all time. And just at the end, just seeing him like lowered into the lava with his thumbs up. And then you just see like his display just go out.
Yeah.
So sad. Devastated.
That's fucking
ruined.
Excellent, Ham. That's a good choice. I can't believe I never even thought of that one.
And
I just remembered another choice as well, but go ahead, Ham.
And the next one that I was going to bring up was the Pokemon movie that we watched, like the newer one.
Yeah.
Right.
Detective Pikachu?
No. No.
There's 2 deaths in it. One, a Pokemon freezes to death, and you're not expecting it at all.
We died laughing, though.
Yeah, we
my god! Because like, how do you react to that? Like, you weren't expecting that. I wasn't.
No, I wasn't either. When this Luxray coddles up with his young girl in the snow, freezes to death and dies.
Fuck,
like,
that was funny.
Oh, shocking.
Jesus. And then like when Ash gets fucking obliterated and sent to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Hyper beamed. Yeah,
he gets eviscerated. Yes,
Yes,
that's right.
he's nothing.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I think Pokemon, the first movie, Death of Ash, was sadder though, where all the Pokemon are crying.
Doesn't
and
he
bring
turn
back
to
life.
stone or something
Yeah,
like that? Yeah.
And then all the Pokemon cry in unison and bring him back to life. But one that devastated me as a kid, I didn't cry about it, was when the T-Rex dies in Jurassic Park 3. I don't know how I didn't think about that. Like, I was so upset in the theater. Just
that was horse shit, though. That was like, that was just inaccurate. It would not have happened. Never could have happened. The Spinosaurus was a fucking bitch. No weight to it at all. It would have never happened. So that one's just horse shit fantasy. Doesn't matter. What about Gandalf, boys, falling off the ledge in Fellowship?
He comes back.
But we didn't know that right away.
That is true.
Right?
I was really torn up when he just fell into the fucking crack there into nothingness.
Mm-hmm.
Fly, you fools.
Yeah. Gone. It was a pretty good one, I gotta say.
Yeah, you guys probably won't agree with any of mine just because I'm probably picking things that you guys haven't read or seen. Any of you read Bridge to Terabithia?
Yeah,
I
actually.
haven't. Yeah, okay. So I haven't seen the movie. I heard the movie wasn't terribly good. It came out, I think, about 10 years ago or something like that. But in the book, it's about these 2 kids who become friends, and they kind of play out in the woods. And to get to this place that they have named Terabithia, where they play, they have to swing over a creek on a rope. Mm-hmm. And one day,
fuck, this sounds familiar.
One day, the little boy isn't around. I don't remember where it is he goes, but the little girl goes without him, and she slips and falls and drowns in the river because he didn't tell her that he wasn't going to be there, so she went anyway. And so he feels like she died because of him. I read this probably in, I want to say, grade 5 or grade 6, and this was the first thing I had ever read where a main character dies. I was devastated, sitting in the back of the car, just crying my eyes out on my way to a family vacation. So that one definitely was the most devastating for me. Another one, so I've only ever seen the movie once. P.S. I Love You gutted me. I don't even remember the movie. I just remember bawling hysterically, and I've never seen it again because I don't think I would enjoy it.
I watched that with James Contz when we were he and I were recently dumped, and we watched it at Carvey's apartment up in Churchill Falls. We just sat down, we turned on like Satellite or whatever it was. P.S. I Love You. What a great movie to sit around and watch. Yeah.
God, this sounds right up James's alley. Sure.
Oh, he loved it.
Devastated me.
I'm kind of surprised nobody brought up, like, what's his name? Jack. Leonardo.
Leonardo
yeah.
DiCaprio. Who
Freezes out in
cares?
the ocean, right? Well,
I was
I
so upset.
I just thought that, when I look back at that, I just thought fucking, what's her name? Rose was being a covetous bitch and wouldn't let on. There was plenty of room on that door out there in the water. She could have slid over, boy?
I think I watched that movie when I was 8, so I think I was still riding the high from the boob scene like an hour before.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't caring
Always
about
good.
Leonardo. Yeah. Now I'm trying to think of some other like ones that really upset me as a kid. None of the Harry Potter ones ever did it for you. Like,
Well, yeah. So when I was having this conversation with a couple other people, and they were talking about different ones, the first one that came to mind was definitely Fred from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
But I mean, I threw the book across the room. I threw the book across the room several times. For Dobby, I definitely did. For Hedwig, I think I did.
What about Welfare Gandalf falling out of the tower, spiraling down?
Yeah, no, that I don't think I cried for that one. But no, there are definitely a few in there, but nothing as gut-wrenching as Bridge to Terabithia for me.
I do remember everyone saying that movie was even sad, but I don't think I've seen it either. So
Yeah.
There's definitely some major ones we're forgetting, though, because I know that there's there's even some stuff from our childhood. You know what I mean? Like, well, I know I brought up Toy Story 3 last time.
Iron Giant is pretty sad.
Isn't it?
Iron Giant.
Isn't it?
Josh and I watched that like 3 or 4 months ago, and it's been a long time since I've seen it. And right at the end, when he, blasts off,
We thought he was gone.
I had some weepy eyes. Not gonna lie, I was.
But
on the
even
verge
like
of
I was
tears.
going to mention Toy Story 3 when there's a scene at the end of
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I know I brought it up last time, but I thought they were finished.
Me too. when
They're in
they're
the
going-
fucking garbage compactor going down into the
Incinerator.
into the incinerator. I thought it was going to be Goodnight Irene for all of them, right?
Mhm.
Nope. And then the Claw comes in and fucking saves them, right? That could have been. Imagine if they wiped them all out and that's how they ended the series. Excellent.
I don't know if I would have been okay with that.
Bunch of
I
youngsters
would've been
bawling, running out of the theater.
devastated. Yeah. I would have been wrecked. Yeah.
Woody and Buzz, bunch of ashes coming out in the trash compactor.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of devastating ones out there.
Yeah, I remember in Breaking Bad when you watch Dead Freight and the kid gets shot right at the end of it. That was a good gut punch. I mean, you don't know anything about the kid, but just seeing like this innocent kid get shot by Todd. Oh my God. Like,
That's a
yeah,
good point.
that was a big gut punch. That was
I didn't like Mike dying in that show either.
he went out like a bitch, which is not the way Mike should go out.
I didn't like that, the
Yeah.
way that they killed off Mike. I was devastated just because they killed off Mike more so than anything else.
Mm.
I tell you what, strangling fucking Todd right at the end. Jesse got the old chain on him or something and chokes out Todd, who's this soulless ginger, just there for like the last season or so. Oh, that was satisfying.
Kristen Ritter's death in that too. What's her name? Jane or something
Jane,
like
yeah.
that was pretty sad. I'd love her though, so I mean, I would be sad about her dying in anything.
Yeah, I remember when Walt walks in and like sees her choking on his vomit and chooses not to do anything.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh man, that is heavy shit. Yeah.
That's devastating.
Yeah.
All right, now that we've bummed everybody out, Josh, what's your topic?
Well, my topic for this week is what is the best buy that you've ever done in your life? What's the best purchase, bang for buck, something that's brought you unlimited joy or freedom or whatever? Just what have you spent money on wisely? As someone who's spent money fairly unwisely in my life, there's only been several things that I've ever made purchases on where I said, fuck, that was good. Like, that was a good decision. It might have been an impulsive buy, but it was a good decision. So I'm going to throw it back to you there now. We'll get the seesaw going. So what do you got?
So the first thing that came to mind, I was sitting at my kitchen table trying to figure, and probably what I have gotten the most use out of for the smallest amount of money is my Betty Crocker utensils from the dollar store. So I've got like a couple spatulas, a pair of tongs, $1 each. I've had them for at least 5 years.
I thought you were going to say
use
that
them-
damn garbage can.
Oh my God, no, that was not good bang for my buck. That garbage can broke immediately. That was a terrible garbage can. No, but these utensils, they're perfectly good. Like, I have never had a scratch in them. I've never melted them. Nothing. $1 each. I've had them at least 5 years. Definitely best bang for my buck out there.
That's a pretty good one, I gotta
Yep.
say, in terms of like, you bought something that's relatively cheap and inexpensive, probably kept it for far longer than you should have.
Oh yeah, there's definitely things like I'm always wearing my Steve Madden boots, and I mean those are like $150, but I wear them every single day, and they're super comfortable, and they last me about 2 years. So those are definitely good bang for my buck investment wise. But for just number of dollars spent for the number of uses I've gotten out of them, those Betty Crocker utensils, man, those are priceless.
So burnt. All right, what else? Let's go to, I'm going to throw it to Ham first.
Me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, mine's gonna be obvious if you know
Don't say
me.
Red Bull.
No, God,
Not
no, not
interested
Red
in
Bull.
that.
Your backpack?
Not my backpack either, because the one that I've owned the longest, I didn't buy.
Oh, okay.
So
Did you steal it?
yeah, I stole it at my dad's Comatech.
Oh, there you go.
No
Perfect.
jokes, kind.
Labrador way.
Oh, yes. Take and never look. What is this, like Pirates of the Caribbean? Take what you can, give nothing back.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. But no, it's got to be my Les Paul sitting in the room. I've owned that guitar the longest out of any guitars I've owned.
The golden one in there?
Yeah, I can't see myself parting with it ever. It's like, I don't know, like it's really sentimental to me just because when I picked it up, I was like, I need to buy this right away.
Mm-hmm.
And like, there's not many like pieces of gear that I like feel that strongly about, but like that's definitely one of them.
How much was it, if you don't mind me asking? Because I don't know. I don't own any guitars, right?
It was cheap for Les Paul. It was about $1,000,
I
I
was going
think.
to say, you're not getting a Gibson for anything less than $1,000.
Yeah, it
Not a
was.
chance.
I mean, it's no Betty Crocker
That's what I
utensils
was
from the
saying.
dollar store.
No, it's definitely not that kind of deal.
Yeah.
But no, for Les Paul, it's really cheap, but it's the best sounding guitar I've ever owned or played for that matter. It plays great. It sounds
It does. I
great.
played your guitar. It's got an excellent like action on the neck and really smooth guitar to play. Got excellent high end. It's very simple. Yeah, I like it. I think it's a good buy. I mean, I've got guitars as well. Some of them are very expensive and don't sound as good as some of my cheaper ones. Whereas I have one guitar in particular that I'd buy again tomorrow in a heartbeat because it is all about the sound, not so much about the cost. So I get that. I can hear you there. You can justify that one for sure. All right, moving on. What do you got?
Mine I've said a million times, especially like when talking to you guys, maybe even Grace. My best buy by far is just the Chromecast, which is such a lame.
Oh,
such a
true.
I was
lame-
very tempted to choose
It's-
that as well, by the way.
It's a lame choice, but when I was thinking about it, there's nothing that I use on like actually a daily basis that has lasted for like 3, 4, 5 years. I don't even know how long. I paid $40 the first time I got a Chromecast. I sold that one to Ham here for $20, so I recouped half my investment after using it for
True.
like 2 years. Used that $20 to put it to another $20 to upgrade to this one. So it's been lasting me forever. I use it for probably a couple hours every single day. I mean, movie night, we use it. Like lots of times when I'm cooking, I might put on podcasts on it through Spotify. There's just nothing that comes close. Like when I was thinking that like a Chromecast, like just for the bang for your buck, like, you know, now if I had to go get that 4K one, maybe I wouldn't feel the same about it because those are pretty pricey. But yeah, $40 for the first Chromecast I got. And I've been using it. Like I've been converted for like the last 7, 8 years for sure.
The only complaint I would have with the Chromecast is that, and it's true, no fault of its own, it's just sort of like the baseline model that you had and I had got aged out by the upgrades in the internet and stuff. But I mean, the bloody thing worked perfect for years. I've had one for probably 4 or 5 years at the very like short end of it. And it's an excellent device. I believe when I bought it, it was only $39.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there was right around the $40 vicinity, right?
Yeah, and that's kind of what bums me out too, like, because we've upgraded our internet here, like, on gigabit now, and it's the same thing. Like, it takes, like, an extra 30 to 40 seconds sometimes to get, like, the YouTube app work and actually get it to cast, which is just a pain in the ass because it used to be seamless all the time. But, I mean, that's still a pretty good bang. Like, if the alternative is grabbing my laptop from in the room and coming in, like, hooking it up with the HDMI cable, like what I used to do back in, you know, first and second year university, that's a really big hassle in there now. So, yeah, the Chromecast is just such a good convenience, I find.
100%. Sure. Okay. So for me, I was very torn on what my answers was going to be for this. And it's not because like there's a funny one or a serious one. They're both very serious. It just depends on how you look at it. I'm having a very difficult time choosing between my eyes after getting laser eye surgery or my toaster oven. And the reason why...
Really, what is one without the other?
Well, the thing is like, I've only had the laser eye done for a couple of years, but the toaster oven has been around a long fucking time. I've been using toaster ovens since like early days of university, and they are one of the best and most efficient replacements for oven on the go. I mean, you can hot that up in about a minute. No such thing as preheat. Whack it in and let her go for the gullies, right? It is excellent. So, I don't know. I got a really hard time trying to nail that down, but if I really had to choose, I think I'd have to go with my eyes. I had laser eyes.
Do you use those every single day?
Well, the thing is like, I don't know. Do you wear contacts? I don't think you do.
You thought you were going blind, though, at first.
Well, it was a bit of an ordeal, but the thing is like, as someone who wore glasses for years and years and years, and then contacts for even longer than I wore glasses, people who don't wear contacts or glasses cannot relate to what a fucking hindrance it is to have to get up every morning and incorporate, that routine of jamming the plastic in your eye and fucking around with it and trying to get it centered up around your eye. Yeah, I mean, it was a 10-minute job every morning for the most part. And then you're constantly worried, should I take an extra pair with me when I go somewhere in case one pops out or one gets dry or whatever, yada, yada, yada. So to have that gone literally inside of a 24-hour period, sure, it wasn't cheap to get the procedure done, but definitely the best money I've ever spent. I've spent money on a lot of other stupid stuff that's cost way more that, won't be around forever, but hopefully my eyes will be around forever.
How much does it cost to get your eyes fixed?
So they tells you that it could be as cheap as $1,000, and somehow it ends up $4,000, just like that, no problem. Fuck, I had like relatively okay vision. I was only -2 in each eye, which you talk to other people, most people are like -4, -5, right? But no, somehow it was still like $3,800 taxes in for like 5-10 minutes of work. They got you lined up in there like cattle. It's just in and out, in and out, in and out like a trout. Mm-hmm. But inside a 24-hour period, I went from basically, disabled without my glasses on to like better than average vision. Like I have above 20/20 vision, which was huge for me. Mm-hmm. It's huge. It's life-changing. You can't even appreciate it unless you ever went through something like that. Right?
How was the procedure? Were you scared shitless when it was going on?
So they pushed it. I should have took the Ativan because they offered me Ativan. I never took the Ativan. And anyways, I went in underneath the machine. They ratchet you in, right? They bring down this great big Ojus machine to lay on top of your face. And the worst of it is they have to put a clamp inside your eyes to keep your eye open. Right?
That sucks.
So they whack this chummy in your eye, stretch her open, and then, you're right ready to fucking have your eyeball shaved, essentially. And they give you 2 little red balls to say, no, squeeze the balls. Squeeze the balls. And I'm like, I'm fucking squeezing the balls. I'm still shit-baked. But anyways, yeah, so you squeeze the balls, and I think it takes about 2 minutes an eye. So this little blade comes across your eyeball and cuts your eyeball. And what they don't tell you is while that's shaving your eyeball, you go blind, right? So you just see, it's like closing a curtain. You just start going blind. And then the surgeon flips, which fucking is amazing when you think about it. What steady hands you got to have to get in there with the little hook, right? And give her flick that flap up. Then you feel the laser reshaping your eye for like half a second or something. It's a lovely smell, too. Smell your own eyeball burning. It's fucking glorious. Then they flip her back down, put a few drops in her, taper shot, go over to the next eye, do the old cut, flip, and burn procedure, and flick her back down and tape that one closed. Then they kick you out, basically. They kick you out, and I think you got to hang around there for like an hour. But what's fucking weird about it is that you don't realize how exhaustive it is, because they tell you the whole time you're there, they're saying, oh, well, you're going to end up just going home and falling asleep. That's all that's going to happen to you. You're going to go home, and you're going to go to sleep, and you're going to wake up, and you're going to be best going. Like, I'm not fucking falling asleep at like 12 o'clock in the morning. Buy this shit. I went home out cold junk. Just like
from the
that.
Stress, probably.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is that does it to you, but you are just exhausted. I think it's a minor trauma is what it is. It's just a very like...
Doesn't sound so minor to me. I don't think there's enough Ativan in the world for me to do that.
There's really nothing to it, though. If I can do it, anyone can. I really didn't start getting nervous until like right before I was going in. I was like, oh, fuck, this is it. Shit or get off the pot, right? But no, aside from that, it all worked out for the best. Now, as far as I know, that there's always a chance something could go wrong. But I bought warranty. Jesus Christ, you buy warranty on a truck, you should buy it on your eyes.
Oh, for sure.
Right? Yeah. So I got lifetime warranty on my eyes, and I haven't had a single hiccup yet. So definitely the best money I ever spent for sure.
There we go. So we got everything from $1 to $4,000 was bang for your buck.
For sure.
Interesting. There we go. Quite the variety.
Yeah. And I guess I'll go next.
Go
My
for it.
topic, it's pretty simple this week. Like once again, like how we kind of did like the fast food rankings a couple of weeks ago. It's something a little bit different. Every now and then, so often on Reddit or on people sharing these lists on BuzzFeed or whatever, I always see these lists of would you rather do this or would you rather do that? So I just thought it'd be fun for whatever it is the next 15 minutes or so. Go through some would you rathers, pose it to the table, and just see what our knee jerk reactions are. So they range all over the board, but I think the first one I'll kick it off with just something very light. Would you rather be sticky all the time or itchy all the time?
Sticky.
I'm already sticky all the time.
Sticky.
So.
100% sticky. There's nothing worse than having a fucking itch you can't get clear of.
When I
That's
get
true.
itchy, it comes on all of a sudden, and I can't do anything until I've scratched it. So I would just be completely incapacitated.
Now, how sticky are we talking, though?
Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking about as well. I went to sticky right away as well, but what if you were like actually sticky? Like I don't know if it's the feeling of being sticky or like the feeling of being itchy,
Well,
but if you were
Like
sticky,
Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse can.
yeah.
That could be useful though.
Like if you're just clammy, that wouldn't be too bad. But I mean, if you're gonna be banging into stuff and sticking on like shit to a blanket, then that's a little bit different.
See, I
Right?
think you could get used to that. I think you could
How
bring that to
sticky?
your advantage, but itchy, I would
Yeah,
be
it'd just
so
be
upset.
torture.
Yeah.
But if you were really sticky, I mean, like you could just like, climb
Come
up
in handy
some
for
walls.
stealing, though, wouldn't
Yeah, you could. If you
good point.
you rob Walmart, just
Okay.
stick on a bag of chips.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
You know,
Okay, so
lift up
three,
your
so
shirt.
4 stickies.
Yes, we'll go for
Four
sticky. I'll be
stickies.
sticky too. Would you rather know the day you're going to die or the way you're going to die?
Hmm.
The method or,
The
think-
day.
the day?
Wait, are you with the year as well?
Oh, yeah. The whole
Then
thing.
yeah,
like,
definitely.
the date you're going to die.
Definitely,
Yeah.
because if I
Let's see how
learned
it's posed. Yeah. Would you rather know when you're going to die or how you're going to die?
because if you know how you're going to die, if they say you're going to die in a plane crash, I will never get on a plane again. If they say you're going to choke while you're
Well, then
eating, I
you'll
will
live
never
forever.
eat again. But
So way. so I want to know the way, because I guess if that's the way that is set in stone that I got to die, if I can fucking avoid it, unless the plane is going to swoop down like an eagle and grab me and take me up in the air,
Well, a
I'll
plane
live forever.
A plane could
Could
crash
crash
into
into
you.
you.
that could happen
You
too.
know,
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
yeah, I'd rather know the date, I think.
And-
But how much would it like suck if you found out the date and it was like next week? Just
well,
like
then you
no
live your
time
life
do
to the
anything.
fullest.
You got 1 week left, Grace. There's
But
not
you-
too much you can do.
But I don't know. You live
I
your
think
life
the
to
way to
fullest.
me is, I agree the more merciful thing would be to just know the date so you could put your shit in order and stuff. But
Mhm.
I kind of want to know the way, because like, how am I going to die? Am I going to die by like internal combustion, or am I going to die at like a pancake breakfast? Because I could live with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you got something that was like so minor, like, or this isn't minor, obviously, it's a way to die, but if you got like an aneurysm, like
Well,
it wouldn't
hopefully.
help at all. You would just be there all the time being like, oh, fuck, I could have a brain
Well,
aneurysm any
hopefully
moment,
when
you
I
know?
dies, it's just boom, splat, gone. Right? Metrobus, collision, gone.
Well, that's the thing. If I know I'm going to die by being hit by a bus, I'm never going to walk near a street again. You
Might
know?
come through your house, apparently.
Yeah, it'll find its
Yeah.
way.
How about you, man?
Me? Out of morbid curiosity, I want to know how I die.
Me too.
Just cause.
All right, well, we're
Split
split.
50-50.
2 house,
Yeah.
2 wins.
Would you rather watch your parents have sex every night
My fuck.
or join in once to stop it?
Oh my gosh.
You cannot close your eyes.
No, I'd rather observe.
Forever? Every
Oh,
single
forever?
Every single
You
night.
never said
no,
that.
every night.
Yeah, every night. I think you would get desensitized to
Well,
it
if it's
eventually.
just tonight, that's every night, right? If it's just 1 out of 1.
No, every night.
I don't know.
Oh, fuck.
How many of you guys have walked in on your parents though?
Never.
Never
No,
made
Me
it.
neither.
I did, so like not that bad.
Well, you're ready to jump in, are you?
No,
Oh, that's a bad one. Can
I
we
think-
abstain?
I think, I mean, as much as I would like to abstain and have neither of those things ever happen to me, I think that if you were forced to watch it every night, you would become desensitized
Yeah.
to it versus
Jump in.
jumping in. That's trauma for the rest of your life.
Yeah, if it could just be something going on in the background, like fucking music playing on Spotify, or like someone making a smoothie in the blender, then so be it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious, like how this works. Like if your parents live far away from you, or if they're divorced. Like,
do you have to travel there?
Are you forcing your divorced parents to copulate every night, like because of the choice you made to get back together and do the act, and you have to watch? Like that's even more traumatizing. You take it into your parents' account as well.
But jumping in is worse. That's fucking.
I agree.
That's not even an option. That's not even an option.
All right,
No.
all right. Would you rather have to sing every word you say, or dance every step you take?
Oh my
Now-
gosh, you have to pick only
me-
one?
For me, it's sing 100%. Sing, yeah.
Yeah, your skills don't improve. Like whatever you have,
Oh.
that's what you have.
Man, the
Sing
world would
every
be,
word?
the world would be in rough shape if I had to do either of those things. But can I choose both? My life would be a musical.
Oh my god. Yeah, but for you, but it'd be terrible for everybody
It would
else.
be both would be. I think that probably dancing, just because people could close their eyes.
Well, dancing's not quite. I think dancing is the better option here because you could just do stuff like snapping, like while you're walking down the street, or kind of like shuffle a
Sharks
little bit.
and jets, just
Sure, like
what if I want a 2-step down the road?
well, you could do that too. The method of dance is up to you.
Oh, my blessed.
We'd have to cancel the podcast if we're all here singing every week. Though.
Depends on if we were singing in unison.
It's true.
We could be a choir instead of a podcast. Hey, boy.
All right, going off
Col-
the.
you didn't answer.
Yes, I did. I said dance.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd much rather dance because it's inconspicuous. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
You've never seen me dance.
I don't know. I didn't hear him say it. I think he danced his way around that answer.
Well, I danced my way around the parent one, but that's okay. We'll move on. Going off the same thing, would you rather $1 for every step you take, or $1 for every word you say?
Word you say.
All right,
See.
I looked up statistics for this one, but
For me, it'd definitely be step you take, just because.
What if you're in a wheelchair?
Well, no, but
Well,
for
I'm
us.
not in a wheelchair right now.
Well, I'm just saying.
that's a good point.
You
because
could
that's
end
a
up
way
in
the
one at
future,
any
yeah,
time.
You'd be screwed out of your little bit
Exactly.
of way to make money.
What if you blow up like a Harbor Tomcat and can't leave the house? Exactly. Exactly.
Well, what if I lose my voice? I lose my voice all the time.
Could you? Yeah, but you could still get a piece of equipment like Stephen Hawking and start typing out sentences.
Yeah, but that's cheating then too.
well, it's not
Mm.
walking when you're paralyzed. Not cheating. That's overcoming something.
Cheating!
That's not cheating, Ham. That's not even the same thing, boy. Give poor fucker credit if he figures that out.
I think
the hell,
I think
Ham?
step I take. I think I walk more than I talk.
All right, so
Oh, I
apparently
definitely don't.
the average man speaks 7,000 words a day. The average woman apparently speaks 20,000 words a day.
I believe that.
Where,
Yeah, I believe
whereas
that.
the average step people take, I remember when you're trying to lose weight, they tell you to shoot for 10,000 steps. So women should choose talking in this.
Yes, they should.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I think I choose talking as well. Even though the step you take one will motivate you probably to be like more in shape. I think the talking one is more useful because let's say if you like run out of money, you could just sit there and like monologue. You could just remember like a Shakespearean
Just
monologue.
count. Just
yeah.
1, 2,
Yeah, you can do that
3.
too, right? And like have like $100 right away ready to go. Whereas the step you take one, you just look like a crazy person like pacing around the Walmart or something, like waiting for it to build up.
It's like looking for Pokemon
by
in the grass.
By those stats though, I would make more money walking.
Yeah, you probably would.
I would.
Yeah. We make good money on the podcast for 1 hour of just talking
Yes.
nonstop.
That's true. That's true.
Yes.
All right, now this one's actually kind of funny because I heard you kind of discussing part of this question like while I was getting ready for the show. Would you rather never have to get a haircut again or never have to shower again? So you're still clean, your hair's still fine, you never have to shower again. You're
Never
still
have to shower
clean.
again.
Yeah, you choose
Never
shower.
have to get a haircut.
Same.
For sure.
Same.
If I never got dirty, then fuck it.
I
I'd love
hate
not to have
haircuts.
to get a shower.
I love showers.
but
Easy.
I love showering.
I
as
do
well.
too, but the only reason I love the shower is because I feel rotten before I get in the shower. Like I would just be just as content to go for a swim or something if I wanted to enjoy being in water than I would actually get a shower. To me, the best part of the shower is feeling the rot come off you, right? Like it's a nice feeling.
Ham, what about you? You get more haircuts than anybody I know.
Yeah, I'd probably choose the haircut one.
Okay.
Yeah,
gonna
never
lie.
have to get it again.
But if you want to restyle your hair, could you just like think about it and it changes?
Yeah, that's the thing I don't really know about the parameters of it. I think you kind of just have to, whatever you cut, you kind of wind up with, like whatever length it's at. Because it's, you can style it whatever way. But whatever length you cut it to, I think you're stuck with that.
Perfect.
So, yeah, you're good?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think I'd be
Yeah.
good with that too.
Mhm.
All right. Would you rather orgasm every time you hear All Star by Smash Mouth or have All Star play every time you orgasm?
Both.
Fuck, there is no good option here.
No, there really isn't.
No good choice.
What do you mean no good option?
There's no. I guess the first one, I suppose.
I think the second one. Because, like, what if you're in Walmart and it comes over the stereo?
Well, then you come as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I guess the first one for me. I
No,
suppose.
second one.
I mean, you'd never be able to watch Shrek again in one of these scenarios.
No, but
Or you could just all the time.
Save you the Google search, eh? Just turn Shrek on.
fuck's sakes.
Yeah, I'm going with whenever you finish because I think it could be fun. Like with your partner, when you finish and All Star comes out, they're just waiting for it every single time, right?
Wait, do only you hear it, or does everybody
no,
else
it
hear
plays.
it?
Like you cannot be secret anymore when you're having sex. Like whenever you finish.
Well, how loud is it?
Loud? Let's say like you'll hear it like not next door, but you'd hear it upstairs.
As long as
to
the missus
neighbors.
don't look like Fiona in Shrek, you're probably doing all right. That is daylight Fiona would be all right. Nighttime Fiona, not
What?
so much.
No. Both perfect.
Give it up for fuck's sakes. All right, go ahead. Next.
All right, this one is a classic and probably the one you were mentioning. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck?
Not the one I was thinking.
No.
No.
That's amazing.
No.
Can you read that again?
Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses and you have to fight them, or 1 horse-sized duck?
Oh, I go with the mini horse.
100.
Yeah, and the reason why is
They're
because
bloodthirsty. They're coming out for you.
Yeah, but you ever go up against one goose?
That's
Those
true.
fucking things are saucy as sin. And like them swans down in Bowring Park down there, they are the most crooked fucking bird on the
That's
planet.
true.
And they come flying at you like a banshee, hissing at you. I didn't even know birds could hiss. They fucking hiss at you. No, fuck that. I'd go for the tiny
Just stomp
horses.
them out.
Yeah, just crush them.
I think I'd wind up dead if I was fighting 100 horse-sized ducks.
Well,
at
you're
one time.
fucked if you got to fight one horse-sized duck. You're toast.
Yeah, I think if you really have to fight them, I mean, I don't want to fight
I mean, you could
either
have some
one.
weapons, yeah.
But you can just like step on a whole bunch
Yeah.
of them. Versus like if a horse-sized duck flaps his wings, it'll
You're
knock you
gone.
out. It's
Oh,
a
that's
2-hit
true,
fight.
yeah.
It hits you, you hit the floor.
Yeah, the wingspan would just clock
Eviscerate you, yes.
All right,
Definitely.
I
I'm
think
going
you
with
guys got- I
100
think you guys got me
duck-sized horses.
convinced, Yeah.
That's amazing. I've
Just got-
never heard that one before.
Just got to make sure you don't get knocked down. You get knocked down, you stoop to their level. it's
Well,
game
what
over.
kind of weapons are you allowed to have? Like, if I had a good machete, there's not a fucking chance that any one of them horses are getting close to me.
Oh my God. I just don't want to fall down and get trampled. That's all I'm worried about.
Trampled by 100 tiny horses.
What a way to go out.
Wouldn't it?
Know how you're gonna die. It's gonna be 100 duck-sized horses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
would you want to know that or just the date?
Oh, I would want to know that to avoid the mini horses.
It's true. That's true. Now, this one I think might be easy for Grace. But would you rather penis-sized nipples or a nipple-sized penis?
Penis-sized nipples.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. You can't fucking trade in your gear for something.
Now, when you get
microscopic.
aroused, do your nipples go way up like
Sized
that?
or shaped?
Size?
I guess the nipples.
I mean, you
are-
could rip them. I mean, if you had bird tits, you could go and just get those removed.
Yeah, that's true.
You could
That's true.
get them cut off.
That's
Mhm.
true.
So, yeah. I mean, it
agree.
looked like you had 2 big pieces of pepperoni on your chest afterwards, but I mean, hey, boy, it wouldn't be too bad.
No, that's definitely the better option.
All right. Once again, this is one that I discussed with you before, Grace, but maybe you don't remember. Would you rather a cat with a human face
Oh, yes, this one.
or a dog with human hands? You have to have one. You can't put them down. A cat with a human face or a dog with human hands?
Dog with human hands
Yes,
for sure.
Me too. Because dogs like you enough, they'd probably be useful to help you.
I know.
Like if I told
agree.
Reese, come out here and now give me a hand with the truck, I'm changing the oil. He
Come
loves
out
me
there.
enough to come out and help me.
Oh yeah, and I mean, if you're good to the dog, like if you give him gloves to wear so he doesn't hurt his hands and stuff, he'll happily help you. But cats are so saucy. There's no way I'd put up with that. I put up with enough sass with a cat who can't speak.
Yeah, that'd be spooky. What do you think, Ham?
I think I want the human face cat.
Of course you do, you
Why?
fucking contrarian.
Because I think it'd be funny. Like, It looked
I think it'd be
bizarre.
terrifying.
Exactly.
Imagine that. Imagine this fucking like
You could
ugly
just-
old face peering out from the blinds to have a look at you.
All right, now cats, they're always licking their ass.
Dogs too, though.
Yeah, but the dog has a dog face. The cat has a human
He'd
face.
probably use his hands too, boy. If he had hands, they might wipe his arse for
Oh
a
my
change.
God.
That's true. Yeah,
Dog
I'm
with
going with the
hands.
dog 100%. Just
I
because
think-
I think it'd be helpful and he'd probably play like a mean drum set, like teach to do that. It'd be pretty sweet.
That's true. But I think the like human face would just be so scary. Like you could leave that cat around, like someone tries to rob your house.
Yeah, that's
It
great
just shows
reason.
up and you're just like- they're
Good
just like,
justification,
What the
Ham.
fuck is this?
It's like something from a fucking nightmare.
Exactly.
Imagine that. Just his human face cat scooting around the top of the Chesterfield.
This is like literally a horror
No,
movie.
is the head as big as a human's head or as big as a cat's head?
I think it's just the face, isn't it?
Just the face.
Oh, just
yeah,
the face,
Just the face
okay.
of a human. So whatever
Fuck that.
whatever size face fits the cat, I suppose.
Jesus.
Would you rather 100% chance at winning $100,000 or a 50% chance at winning $5 million?
100%.
Yeah, fuck that.
No, I think I'd have to go
You
with
gamble?
I'm a gambling man as it is, as someone who loves to fucking play max bet on the VLTs. I would have to go and take the chance. 50% is pretty good, boy.
Well, yeah.
50% is pretty good. I mean, $100,000 like sounds like a good chunk of change, but it's really not. It's for a lot of people, like
It's better than $0.
well, fuck, it's not so good as $5 million though. Hey, boy.
That's true.
I think I'd have to take a chance. I mean, what's the consequences of not winning being the same as what I am now?
That's true, yeah.
Fuck it.
But also,
Let her go.
Also, like living with yourself that you know that you put that chance of $100,000 away, right?
Well, you see this all the time. Remember that show Deal or No Deal?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so usually they never start getting like too cautious until they get up close to the $1 million.
You're right, yeah.
Until they get up to like over 100,000, fuck it, open another case, right? Oh yeah, I'd have to take a chance. I'd roll on it. Would you? What would you do? You're a gambler.
Oh, I know, but I want to say I'd roll on it, but I don't know if I'd be able to. Like if
Well,
I
you'd
lost
lose
out
with
on
your
the money.
luck,
Well,
for
that's
sure.
the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, would this be like this?
But
is
then
the
I
reason.
could play after and win.
That's true. Would this be the reason I've had so much bad luck? Because I've been coming to like this one choice, or is it like, well, you're just gonna lose again and be completely crushed? I think I'd have to go with the $100,000, which I know it's like way sadder of a choice. But
How fucking crooked would you be if you turned that down, took the $100,000, then I'd come over there,
Oh,
smack
yeah.
the button,
Guaranteed.
$5 million.
that's guaranteed what would happen. All right. Would you rather a good hand job from your grandmother or a bad hand job from your grandmother?
Well, that's an obvious choice.
It was
A
a
good one, huh?
If it gotta be, it gotta be. So I guess you gotta go with what's best.
But what is a bad hand job? Like she might just grab it, she might just smack it by accident or something. That's kind of bad. Whereas a good hand job, you want to
Depends on how much action you're getting on a regular basis, I suppose.
I think
How
it
starved are
depends
you?
on how fast it's over.
That's what I'm saying. You know.
Well, I guess you're fortunate enough to opt out of this one. But,
No grandmothers, I'm good to go.
I'll get you with another one. That's all right.
no.
I think I'm gonna go with bad. I think it'd be over.
Why?
It'd be over quicker. That's what I'm thinking. Like a bad.
You never said
No,
that, though. Imagine
And
if it
then
had
you
to go
don't
on
have-
same length of time.
Then you
gotta
don't
go
have to
what's
think
good.
back on how good it
Exactly.
was.
Exactly.
What are you talking about? That's better. Like
What?
I don't want to think back on how good it was.
No,
I
but
think
what
they
I'm
were
saying
talking
is
about
if
something else.
you
Oh,
got
okay.
no, if you got to endure something like torturous or something good for the same amount of time, I mean, it's just fucking enjoy yourself. It's going to be you're not going to enjoy yourself anyways.
It's a hand job. You're not going to enjoy yourself that much
No,
anyways.
that's what I said.
That's what I'm saying. Go with a bad one.
No.
Just like she doesn't have her reading glasses on. She smacks it or something a couple of times and it's over.
She didn't get LASIK, so
Yeah, it's just over with. I'm going with bad 100%.
I guess I know. Yeah. All right.
You're going with a good one, Ham?
Yeah,
you
why
wanna, you want to ride it right to the end? All right. All right. This one's a bit gruesome.
Oh no.
Would you rather pry off your thumbnail with a fork or place a toothpick under your big toenail and kick a wall?
Oh my god.
I mean, both of
I'm
those
gonna
kind of
die.
suck.
So
Yes, both are gonna
I think
suck.
I'd go with the toothpick, and the reason why is as fucking painful as that would be, it'd be over.
I agree.
It'd
Yeah,
be quick.
And you can yank it out right after.
Well, it'd be fucking terrible because you'd be in agony, but it'd be boom, ow,
Yeah.
as opposed to an hour of fucking around with your
Ugh.
thumb trying to get it off.
Yeah. That's where my mind went through right away. What about you, Ham?
I know I have to walk all the time. I'm on my feet all day.
to make your
You
millions.
pry your thumbnail off. How much guitar you got to be playing, my son?
I can hold it. Well, which thumb? If I do this thumb, I'll be fine.
Oh, that's true.
I
Yeah.
do this thumb. So we'll go with the thumbnail.
Of course, it's the more a contrarian answer. You got to go with the thumb.
I'm not saying it's gonna be fun, but like if I gotta go to work on my foot,
At your speed, you'll be doing that for 2 weeks trying to get that off. It'll be gangrene. You'll have no hand by the end of it.
Oh, what a good nickname, No Hand Ham.
Oh,
That'd be a
no.
good one.
That's what you need your grandmother for, then.
Oh,
That's a good
no,
one.
that's
I
not
like that
sassy.
one.
That's not. Holy fuck, my dear. Relax.
Ruthless.
Jesus, gear down, boy.
Would you rather have a list of everyone who's ever been in love with you, or a list of everyone who's ever hated you?
Love.
love, obviously.
All right.
Jesus.
Yeah, I saw that one. It was a really highly rated one. I was like, isn't that easy?
It'd only
Yeah,
be
it's
sad if there was
yeah,
zero
like-
on the list.
Yeah,
There's no one on the list.
Yeah, imagine if you got that list of like who hated you and you had like some people you liked on it. That would suck.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys. We're in the penultimate choice.
Oh, no.
This is the second highest rated one on Reddit. Your mom and your significant other switch bodies Freaky Friday style. The only way to change them back is to have sex with one. Lights on, fully sober. Who do you pick?
Do they know once they're switched back?
Do you know
In
they're
Freaky
switched?
Friday, do they know once they're switched back?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
So yes, they would know. Yeah.
So wait, now, do you
Wait.
know they're changed?
Yes.
Wait,
Because
so-
that's the choice. Yeah.
So, okay, Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah. They swap. Yeah.
They
Their
swap.
minds swap
Yeah.
into each other. Right.
But they don't. So, like, when Lindsay Lohan goes back into Lindsay Lohan's body, she doesn't know
Fuck.
what Jamie Lee Curtis did while she was in Lindsay Lohan's body. I don't think. I don't
okay.
think. So, in that case, you just choose to sleep
What?
with the mind. So, in Freaky Friday, it's
No,
Lindsay-
no, no,
So
no.
you're
They
choosing
remember.
your mom, is what you're saying.
So
They remembers.
whatever my significant other's mind is in. Do I know they're swapped?
That's what
Yes.
I just asked.
Oh,
you.
okay.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
knows.
that's-
They
yeah.
knows when they change his back. They remember their experiences. I'm pretty sure because if I remember correctly in that movie, the old Missy,
Jamie Lee Curtis.
yeah, she says to fucking Lindsay, I didn't realize, like, I didn't appreciate your guitar and your band and stuff like that.
Oh,
but
you're-
now I know the difference.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the movie, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
That's where
no.
each other
But
coming
Jamie Lee
from.
Curtis doesn't know what happened to her body while she was in Lindsay Lohan's body. Is what
Oh,
I'm
unless
saying.
Lindsay Lohan tells her, yeah.
So like if you sleep with your
Mom,
mother in
but
this
your
case,
but your sister. Oh my God. I'm making it a worse scenario. But your significant other. Yeah.
Holy fuck.
So then your mother's mind would never know this happened. So you just got to do that.
Well, then you just have to lie as well about how she got swapped back and all that. And
Oh, it's
yeah,
magic.
yeah,
It's
you-
Freaky Friday.
Oh, fuck, this is disgusting, boy.
What are you going with, Josh?
I don't know. That's
really
rotten.
hard.
That's a rotten one.
Is the second highest rated one on Reddit.
I think Grace does have the answer, but it's fucked up. But
I mean, there's no good option.
There is no good option.
I like that Grace is the first one that's like, yep, I got an answer to this one. I got it handled, guys.
I suppose I'd have to be on board with that, I guess, as well. Fucking rotten,
Just exploring
though.
your mom's body.
Fucking rotten. Jesus Christ.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh.
All right. Top rated one on Reddit. It's not sexual, but it's great. Would you rather all songs exist, but they're only performed by Pitbull? Or all artists exist, but they all have to cover the same Pitbull song?
Oh my fuck.
Like, only one song?
Only one Pitbull song. I wrote down, I Know You Want Me is a Pitbull song. Timber, the Kesha song, is a Pitbull song. But yeah, all the artists still exist, but they're all only covering the Pitbull
No,
song.
only Pitbull.
Yeah, me too, I think.
Yeah. I think so too.
far.
I think that's the better option. Just seeing Pitbull cover everything. Just like imagine Hamilton, but Pitbull.
I
Doing
know.
every-
Hey, doesn't he
everyone's
always say
Pitbull.
Pitbull in all of his songs?
Probably. I don't know. He's
That would be
Mr.
a-
Worldwide.
Fucking
be a
bad.
lot of
yeah,
Pitbull.
that's what he says. I'm
Mr.
Mr.
Worldwide.
Worldwide.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Oh,
That's,
fuck.
That's it.
That would be
Yeah.
exhausting to be Pitbull.
Yeah, I mean, I think so too. It'd be interesting to live in a world where everyone just idolizes Pitbull. He's the only musical
Wait,
artist.
is that the world we don't live in now?
God, I don't idolize Pitbull. Gross.
Wow.
Oh my
But
goodness.
anyways, guys,
Those are
that-
some good ones.
Yeah, that's the list of the would you rather's. I had a couple extras, but I think we've exhausted it. So
Fuck's sakes, boy.
Ham, we might need to do your topic after that one.
All right. So if you had to be addicted to any drug, what drug would you choose? And I'm going to hand this off to Colton because I feel like he'd have an interesting answer.
Cocaine.
Cocaine?
And the reason why is that is like the writerly thing that a lot of people do. Like they do cocaine, they go on like a 2 or 3 day bender. Bender?
Bender?
2 or 3 day bender.
Isn't that someone from Futurama or something?
No, Bender is
Bender,
Futurama.
okay,
Yeah, they go on like a 2 or 3 day bender and they write something great. That's how Stephen King wrote like most of his books back in the 70s and 80s. Also, if I can have a cocaine habit, I'm hoping that I have a little bit of money. Cocaine's expensive. If not, then I just break my habit. So
You have to be addicted to it.
yeah, I know. That's why, like, I was thinking about, like, if you were just going to try a drug one time, everyone says, like, oh, you do acid and, like, changes your whole worldview. But I was just, I don't want to be, I don't want to be addicted to acid beyond it every day, right? Like, you know, cocaine, do it, you know, on it high, I guess. I don't know. I've never done cocaine for 20, 30 minutes, whatever it is. And back at it again, I suppose. I don't know. That's like the struggling artist thing, cocaine.
Yeah, having a Coke nose is very LA. But I don't know what I'd pick. I think it'd be heroin for sure.
Of course.
You've got the aesthetic.
That's
It would
probably
work.
what
That's
I
what I
would
was
have said
thinking.
as well.
You gotta get, you know, a little bit of black tar heroin. You know, I feel like that's a very musician drug. You know, you got Jimi Hendrix.
It's true, but on heroin, like, you literally can't function is the thing. Like, if you're like an actual heroin addict, you're like out there selling your body or stealing from everybody. Like, you're out of it most of the day.
Plus, you play the, is it fentanyl? Is it not?
Oh my God.
Well, fuck it. Let's just upgrade that one and go straight to crocodile. let's just go get addicted to crocodile.
So
we can wither away one appendage at a time. I can lose one appendage at a time. Fuck it. If we got to be addicted to something, just want to get it over with in the short term.
Well,
And give her. Just fucking start injecting yourself and rotting away.
That being said, though, I've seen someone that's lost, not to crocodile, I think, but like I've seen someone that lost their arm to injections. That's fucked.
You know as it is, boy.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
All right, Grace.
I'd say addicted to reading or anything foolish like that.
Oxycodone for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Not even a question. After I got my wisdom teeth out, that's what I was prescribed. I was prescribed Oxycontin, which is kind of crazy because everybody else I know was like, I was prescribed Tylenol and I was prescribed.
That's what I was prescribed too.
Oxy?
Also a lisp for 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. You were prescribed Oxy or you were prescribed
No,
Tylenol?
Tylenol.
There you go. Yeah. So
He was very sensitive.
And I'm
over
telling-
it, too.
and I am telling you, I can see how people get addicted. So as soon as the pain lessened, I was off it because I just said, you know what? I could totally live the rest of my life like this. I remember lying on the couch just thinking, I am in so much pain and I don't even care. I completely understand how people get absolutely addicted to this. So it was no question. I mean, I will never take it again unless I absolutely have to because I totally see why people get addicted to that. It's great.
Yeah, no, I was going to come out with a wimpier answer. Like, I was going to say alcohol because technically that's a drug. But I was like, fuck, half the crowd I know is anyways. That's not even that abnormal, really. I like a good drink, you know? Like everyone that I know pretty much does.
All right,
so.
let's take the trying to kill yourself as quickly as possible out of the situation. What would you pick? Like crocodile is pretty hard to get
I'd probably
over here
go
in
with,
the Western
and
world.
it's so funny because I'm drawing a blank on right now. What is it called when you push the red button when you're in a lot of pain when you're in the hospital?
Morphine.
Morphine.
Okay.
Yeah, I was drawing a blank there for a second. I'd probably go with morphine just simply because I know that people that get on morphine, it's very addictive. They all love it. I know it's lots of people that are after having knee replacements, hip replacements done. They get whacked on morphine, man, and they love it.
Morphine and codeine. Codeine's good too.
My poor old grandmother, this is not a word of a lie. My poor old grandmother, she's gone now. She passed away there last year, but she specifically told me a story when she was in the hospital on morphine where she saw Napoleon burning down downtown St. John's and coming over the hill there from Single Hill.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, she hallucinogenic, right? She specifically remember it, like the city being on fire and all kinds of weird shit going on, cannonballs flying past the Grace Hospital. I would probably go with morphine though. That would be my answer. Then upgrade to crocodile.
There you go.
So everyone's going opioids.
I suppose, yeah.
All right.
Any kind of painkiller, really.
So in another world, we could all be sitting out on the streets, playing. Is this fentanyl? Is it not? Perfect.
Or I could be Stephen King.
That's true.
So
Cocaine is scary though. If you've ever seen someone on it, they're just like grinding their jaw and like.
I do that while I sleep, anyways.
Not when you're awake, looking at people, just like that's too much.
That's true.
Terrifying.
I remember people talking about, I think this was probably first or second year, talking to someone and they were saying how the number of people they knew who went on cocaine diets because it's a huge appetite suppressant, and to them they were like, oh yeah, I could do Weight Watchers, I could do no carbs, I could do cocaine, and they've just figured, oh, cocaine's the fastest, so go with that.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yep.
Yikes.
It's a fucking gym buy. Stop eating with a shovel. There's loads of other alternatives. Say bye.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
That's a bit rough.
Yeah, and I think with that'll probably do it for us this week. We're your last podcast, and if you like what we're doing here, be sure to subscribe to the podcast feed so you don't miss a new episode. And if you're watching on YouTube, leave a like, comment, subscribe, share us with your friends. It really helps grow the show. And if you're feeling generous, you can always head on over to patreon.com/yourlastpodcast and help support the show in some other ways. So I'm Colton.
I was hoping you're going to introduce yourself as Cocaine Colton.
I'm Cocaine Colton.
I'm Morphine Josh.
Everyone For fuck's sake.
That's so good.
And Oxy Grace.
Oh, nice.
Excellent.
And we'll be back with a new episode next week and every week thereafter until our last. So thank you for watching.
Don't do drugs.
Thank you.
Heroin ham is a fucking excellent one.
Oh, my.